All right. It is Friday, but I am Wayne free. And that makes it sound the alarm. We are being invaded by the winning women of Wednesday. So that makes this Fire Drill Friday.
It is Fire Drill Friday. I'm so excited. So jealous that Wayne's at the beach. I hope he's having a great time.
I think he's coming back, but it's Galveston.
Yeah,
I mean, how jelly are you gonna be?
You do what you got to do, you know?
No, absolutely. But it's also something else.
This
It
is
is.
out.
It's Michelle's birthday.
It is not just. There it is again.
Oh,
I love
dude,
it.
look at that. Peter coming through in the club.
I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not just a birthday.
Oh no, I am 50 today.
Yes.
Love it. Embracing
Right.
every bit of it.
Yes. No, I'm loving it. And to show my age, I left my phone in my car. So let's just see how distracted I'm gonna be for the next 30 minutes.
Does it give you
Without your
anxiety?
phone.
Yeah.
Does it?
Like, where is it?
Yeah.
There's so many things happening right now that I don't know about.
So does it give you anxiety because you don't have it with you, or you don't, or maybe you didn't know where it was?
Oh, I know exactly where it is.
Okay.
So no, it's because I don't have it with me, and
Do
I
you feel
could.
disconnected?
I do. I feel
Here would be me. I'd be
disconnected.
like, oh gosh, I'm missing all these birthday messages, and then I get in the car and I'm like, oh, my mom.
Wah, wah.
I love your mom.
Yeah. Oh, it's just my mom.
Or all the automated ones. You'll have a birthday email
Yes.
from like every title company, every
Yes.
insurance.
Yes. My building sent me a happy birthday this morning. It was very, very sweet.
Let's talk about that for a second. You are wishing me a happy birthday, and you are capitalizing by putting your logo on a birthday message
Yes.
to me.
Yes.
And I have to put a shout out to all of our lovely affiliates and realtors that like to do that graphic image, happy birthday from blah, blah, blah.
Drip campaign.
Yeah, and their drip campaign, but on social media. So then it's on your news feed and everybody
Yes.
sees it.
Well, yeah, it's happy birthday, and let's not have another year go by where you forget what business I'm in.
Good Lord.
Metrotex did send me a birthday card.
Oh, see, look at that. You're
An
welcome.
email card. An email
okay.
card.
Well,
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're in the mix though, because
I am.
you're a host.
Yeah.
Hostess.
But no, I'm like, if somebody's gonna send me something like my building or something else like that, it'd be like, where's my $5 off?
Something.
Or like a Starbucks card, something.
10% with Metrotex.
Okay, hey, whoop whoop, we're winning. All right,
I will be getting an open house sign for the weekend.
okay, I love it. All right, so that was just my rant on there. But happy birthday, and thank you for spending it with us.
Yes,
happy
I'm
birthday.
excited.
Yeah.
I'm super
so now,
excited.
are you one of those like, it's my birthday week, or it's my birthday month, or it's...
We didn't even know
No.
it was your birthday
Right,
until I
that's
text
true.
Rick.
Yeah.
I'm not a big birthday girl. I'm excited to be alive. I feel great. Like, I'm not depressed on my birthday or anything.
Okay, that's a plus.
My oldest daughter, when I say she was a birthday girl, I think she just took it out of the rest of us because her birthday was such a thing. Such a thing. Like, Caitlin, I love you. But her 16th birthday, we had to do a scavenger hunt at the mall. We ended at the mall at Tiffany's. Then we went over to the Tory Burch store
Oh,
where they had surprise cupcakes. And then it ended from there at the Ritz-Carlton with an overnight. I don't
Michelle,
ever...
do you want to host my 40th birthday
No,
party?
I don't. Like, so
Well,
you can only imagine.
I'm 55, and I have yet to have that party.
Me,
Yes.
me either.
Although,
Me either.
although, truthfully, like before we start, I'm disinterested. I don't really know.
Y'all, Rick just said he is disinterested in everything, and there is nothing truer than that statement.
Yeah, but then in the moment he's like, yeah, rock on.
Yes.
Yes. Well, that's
he's just laid back.
Yeah.
That is the dichotomy.
Yes,
Yes.
laid back
Is-
and disinterested.
I'm fired up.
Yes.
But I'm also ambivalent.
yes, I love
You know what
it.
you're like the fireworks version of a party popper. Like when it comes out, it like explodes everywhere, and then you're like, that's it.
Yes.
I'm fast out of the gate. I will,
Yes.
I will give you that.
You are a starter.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
a starter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, what are we doing this morning?
We're just doing a fire drill. So, first off, we got thrown a curveball because it's Michelle's birthday. So,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
now, technically, she and I are in the same demographic.
Yes.
So,
Not
we'll
me.
probably cancel each other out on. Nope. Yep. Nope.
No,
yep.
it's Leo season. So
Oh.
I'm a Leo, and
Okay.
it's Leo season was official yesterday. So
And
yeah,
where does that go to? What is the cutoff?
sometime in August. It's like late August.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say
Yeah.
ex-wife number 1 was Leo.
I could see your disinterested self not meshing well with Leo.
What's funny is I don't really know what any of that stuff means.
Same.
And
I just know I'm a fish.
oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That make you a Pisces?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So they tell me.
So today I thought we would talk about community for entrepreneurs.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because of the amazing week that I've had and being involved, I got to.
Oh yeah. I saw you posted the thing. It was like a packed house the whole night.
So I got to have a great time with Ashley on Monday. We hung out.
We
I know
did.
It's been a long week.
I was like, that was this week?
It was this week. It was this week.
That was back in her 40s.
Yes,
Yeah.
It was in my 40s. I barely remember. And then Wednesday, we had the awesome WCR rally.
Yes, the joint rally.
At
Yeah.
MetroTex. That was a lot of fun. So and then here we are. We are helping Wayne and loving every minute of it.
Yeah.
And that's just
Yes.
what community is about.
Oh yeah, and speaking of that, so you dropped Julie Altimus's name prior to
Yeah.
us coming on.
She's
so we're all-
amazing.
I put up another gimmick, so there's a monitor over here. So if we see us looking out with the 1,000-yard stare or whatever, it's because we're looking at ourselves.
We're looking at ourselves.
We
Yeah.
are. We now know how awkward we look. Like
Yes.
No, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying beforehand. I was like, am I emoting? What are we doing here? 80s hairband.
Yeah,
you
like I
know?
said, lead singer White Lion, Mike Tramp. Google it.
Okay.
Yes,
I will.
totally. That is the hairstyle.
Okay. I love it. I'm all in it.
But what I was saying is, so like later today, speaking of community, we will be doing the second batch of DFW Real Producer shows over at studioUSA West. Woo!
Yes.
Yes, and so we're still dialing that in. So we're not live as far as like this, where I put this together with the intention of being able to be live, like right out of the gate.
Yeah.
We're over there. All of that internet and infrastructure is being put in yesterday and today. So, but that will be a thing shortly.
Cool.
But the Real Producer Show is awesome because it's a value add for the folks in the Real Producers community, which
Absolutely.
obviously y'all know all about
We
that.
are.
And to that, so y'all have been voluntold and recruited to do your little RP commercials after we're
Yes.
done here.
So
which
fun.
is
we have no idea what we're doing, but it'll be good.
gotta walk like 6 feet
Hold
over
on.
there.
Isn't that life?
Yes.
I don't know what I'm doing. Just
Oh.
tell me
Yes.
and
Yes.
just lead me to the water.
Yes.
Suit up and show up.
Yes, there you go. That's a much better way to say I'm not.
like it.
I'm not gullible and just taking me along for a ride.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all good.
So I love the idea of community, and what's really crazy too is like now I jump at the chance to delegate or to be like, hey, who could we get to do this? Who could we get? And before that was not me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I don't know in your coaching world or now in your world, Ashley, as like at the head of the table.
Yep.
So to speak, it's like, or literally at the head of the table in the MetroTex meetings. That was a learned behavior, man, to be able to have the sense of community because I don't know where it came from, but I always had that thing of like, no, mine, where I'm all gollumed out.
Well, and that's absolutely the thing. The thing that makes us successful as entrepreneurs, that type A personality, that headstrong, rush in, get things done,
Yep.
can also wreak havoc on our mental health. Because if we're not building community, if we don't have those relationships around us, if we're always in a spirit of competition instead of unity, then we end up very lonely. One of the talks I did last week, I had a webinar on Tuesday, and for my research from that, I found that 40% of all human beings post-COVID are reporting feelings of loneliness. And they haven't done a survey on entrepreneurs specifically, but can you imagine what that statistic must be like for entrepreneurs? Because we get inside ourselves, we worked from home anyway, and so many of us just never came out. So
what you're saying is the whole world now feels the way we do.
yes,
Because that's real healthy.
yeah, exactly. So my thought today, because we've had so many fun things this week, let's talk about the communities that we're a part of and how other people can get involved.
I love it.
Yeah.
Amen.
You got a quote for us? You got anything fun from the Oracle?
Well, hold that thought. And let's do.
I love how you tell me to hold my thought as if I'm going to remember it once we're done. Do you have a scratch paper I can write it down on?
I don't have a phone. I don't know what to do. It's so weird.
Hold on. The Oracle's trying to interpret what y'all are saying.
Okay, got it. So sorry.
Talk amongst yourselves. It's not like we're live or anything.
No. Hey, but I'm going to dinner tonight. I'm excited about that.
Love it.
Yeah, gonna walk around Bishop Arts.
Oh.
No kid. My kid comes home tomorrow. Kind of miss her.
Of course.
Kind
It's like it's like that thing. Is it a phantom limb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss her, and I really need her to take her dog back. That's what I really need.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, Mabel's got to go.
Oh, we have a Mabel. Yeah, but my Mabel's not going anywhere.
Oh no, my Mabel just needs to go to the other room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just the other room.
What kind of dog is it?
She is a lab mix.
Oh, mine was categorized a lab mix, which means pit bull.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yes.
yours is a
We have
pit bull
a pit
mix?
bull. Yes. Don't tell my building.
I'm sorry, she's the wiener out of the group. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, just
Oh.
wants to be hugged and held
Yes.
all the time.
No, Mabel is 45 pounds of uselessness.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if there's a storm, she's hiding under the bed with her butt
Yeah.
sticking out because she doesn't fit. Like, yeah. No.
I love 45 pounds of uselessness.
Yes,
Yeah.
she is.
That is awesome.
I've had to carry her home from the Katy Trail before because she got scared. That's embarrassing.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you're real strong. Yeah, look at you and those guns.
hey.
50-year-old guns,
50.
right? Yeah.
Right.
I know. I love it. All right, how are we doing
How's
over
your
there,
arm?
Rick?
Oh
How's
yeah,
the
no,
pickleball?
I was just being entertained by you guys.
Oh, okay, got it. I was like, are we rambling on and it's...
Oh
Live.
no.
Live
here
on
we
the
go.
air.
Yes, here we go.
Okay.
Great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team.
Yes.
Steve Jobs.
Oh, yes.
What'd he ever do?
Gosh.
And then there's
Gosh.
another one. Just to keep it rolling. The strength of the team is in each individual member. The strength of each individual member is the team.
So good.
Okay, so here's what I want to break down from that. That is a great
That was Phil
topic.
Jackson.
Phil Jackson. I love Phil Jackson. Yeah, I mean, one of the most winning basketball coaches.
I want to say
right?
the
most
most,
winning.
yeah.
But no, I think that's so important, and so that's a good analogy there when you're looking at these superstar teams with these superstar players and everything else. But there have been top players. Take LeBron for example. That's on plenty of teams that do not win, and so you sit there and say he's one of the top three. That's up for debate. Top three basketball players, but just because
for sure.
but just because he's top three does not mean his team wins. And you're only as good as that team that's surrounding you. And I think that's so important. That's what I always admired about Dirk, because he was so team-centric. Even though he was such a talent, he wanted to make sure that he was surrounded by talented people. And so often would take a haircut or do something else to make sure that the right players were going to be on that floor at the same time. And I think that's the biggest thing where I look at, like, being in Metrotex or anything else. Having that team environment and that collaboration is huge. But what we are seeing a lot, and it's not necessarily Metrotech specific, it's just across the country when you're talking to other people with staff and everything else, is there is a lethargic nature, though, in these team environments. And so you have to be very protective because one person can really lower the productivity of everybody else around them. So when I get around you guys, I get jazzed up. I'm going up an octave.
Right.
But you get around those people that are bringing that energy level down, and that's really important. So I don't want to go to like the bad side of being on a team. It's more of the cognizant, and you've got to make sure that you surround yourself with the right team.
Yes.
And then know when you have to potentially exercise somebody from the team. That's right. You exercise. I didn't think. I didn't mean that way. You know what I'm like? Yeah, get out of here. Go.
I thought you meant cast out, like
Yes.
as if like from the demonic sense.
Yes. I didn't mean it in a demonic sense.
But it's locker room poison.
It is locker room poison.
You're
And
only as strong as your weakest link.
And I don't think we do a good enough job of recognizing when we see that behavior that we either have to course correct the behavior if it's possible, or you need to remove it from your ecosystem, especially being entrepreneurs. How quickly we can get dragged down into the mud.
Absolutely.
Because our headspace is the only thing that is making this magic go around. And so if it's infected, it's problematic. It really is.
Yes.
You are on fire today.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I don't
love
know.
it.
Yeah.
Ashley and Fuego.
Yes.
But no, I mean, it's seriously, what what
Yes.
it's like. I mean, even doing this on a weekly basis and everything else, like, we wouldn't be able to keep this up if we didn't have energy and we didn't bring something to the table for each and every one of
Yes.
us. Because this is
Absolutely.
work, but it's fun work.
Yes.
And iron sharpens iron.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we should just speak totally in bumper stickers and cliches today.
We've got a good plan.
I could do it. I haven't
think
been
we
drinking
can.
vodka. So either all of these
Good
things that have been
job.
suppressed
I love it. I
in my
love it.
brain are coming out. I
Well,
don't know.
And to the team building thing. So like first off, I had to get past that. There's the imposter syndrome thing is real.
Yep.
Especially when you don't.
everyone.
Even if you know what you're doing, but you have no proof.
Yep.
So like my current mantra and my bumper sticker for that is evidence breeds confidence.
Love
So
it.
it's like if you've done X number of transactions last year, it's not that big of a leap to go like I probably do 3 more, or whatever. And it's like, oh no, I can't, versus, I hear Michelle and Wayne always talking about like, well, I'm going to do like 50 deals. And it's like, well, how many did you do last year? 7. It's like, okay, let's bring that back.
Dial
Can
it
we do
back.
something a little bit more measurable that we can
or
look
it's
at?
like, okay, now you're in the stratosphere. Let's bring it back
Calm
into
down.
the jet stream at least. But a big thing is, one, getting to a place where like, okay, I can let people on the team, or I can share the secrets, the secret sauce, the secret recipe, or whatever, and then I would have been guilty of being this guy, not actually having this on the team, but I was the jackass diva, that was like the rainmaker that I'm just running around just dunking on every, just causing chaos.
You're that guy, Rick.
Oh,
He's that guy.
Yes.
You're that guy.
Yes. And the thing is, in a sales environment, especially if it's like a boiler room and there is no HR or whatever, production
I don't
covers a
think they
multitude.
have those anymore.
Well, production covers a multitude of sins.
Absolutely.
And man, once you give me that kind of daylight,
Yeah. But that's where loneliness comes into play because yes, you have your teams, and I agree with everything you're saying on that higher slow, fire fast.
Yep.
That whole piece. But for those of us who don't have a team, there's even a further need to find community because we're just out there alone on the island.
Yes.
And we need collaboration. We need support. Maybe we can do all the things ourselves if we're running a smaller operation, but you still need that community in your life. And that's what was so refreshing on Wednesday was just having that giant group of women around to share their stories and collaborate and support and just offer conversation and community. And that's something that we haven't seen in a long time. And it was so great that MetroTax opened up the space for that. Like it's 2 communities coming together. It was fantastic.
and that's what I will say I'm so proud of, being a solopreneur myself, and not having a giant team around me. I have my husband, which is, my teammate, and my mom, but really every day grinding out looks very different for all 3 of us. MetroTax has become my community. Now, there's some people occasionally I want to kick off the island.
That's fair.
But I smile. You shall remain nameless.
I'm not sure they did.
But, from that side, I am so incredibly grateful. And I know I've talked about that a lot. It's not even about the leadership journey. It's about what I have in a sense of community, whether it's a bad moment or a good moment. I have people that I can call and share in those moments and that joy. Or in that frustration, because I will tell you that's the other thing too. We keep stuff so bottled up in our entrepreneurial journey that it festers and it wreaks havoc.
Everything is great.
Everything's fine.
well, and then it comes out sideways later.
It absolutely does. So when something happens, I need to process it so it comes out of my brain and it does not stay there.
Well, now what do you guys do? Because it's like, I'm all about, and it's like last night, shout out to everybody at We Partners Network because it's the big EXP Build conference yesterday and today. And it was like, I was telling Michelle before, actually, it was like, I feel like the one pat of butter, but I'm being put all over the whole entire loaf of Mrs. Baird's. And it's like, we're back to the heel on the back end.
Yes.
It's like, there's nothing left. And so I just took a knee last night. It was like, I shot some stuff at Glen Eagles yesterday, and then I was going to go do a sunset thing, and I'm like, nope. And I missed the little happy hour deal or whatever. And there's the part of me where it's like, I love the community and I love being a part, but every once in a while I just got to be like, whoa, because I knew we were going to do this today. And then 2 shows later after this, on the
You
other
have
side
to
of it.
recognize when you need the rest too, for
But
sure.
that whole thing of where, like what Michelle touched on, where you're a solopreneur or you're the only one doing the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the part where, and it's like, yes, of course, it's a princess problem, and it is absolutely like, oh no, my champagne is tepid, where it's but there's no brochure, there's no manual, there's no, yeah, when you get to this level and you think you've got it, oh no, that just opens another fresh hell that's about to be around the corner,
Sounds like we've all had a bit of a week.
But you know what? You know what it is? It's that you're hitting. It's the growth spurt.
Yes.
And so from that side, I mean, that means you're growing. It's just like when you're a kid and your body, my kid comes in, she's like, why do my legs hurt? I'm like, you're growing. Right. But out of that, she's growing up and there's good things that are happening.
I didn't have that experience.
Stop it.
Sorry. Don't even
Stop it.
Don't even do that. But I think that's the difference is recognizing that growth is not always a pleasant process. And then once you get out on the other side, you're like, oh, that's why all those things happen, right? But I was even thinking about on the way here, like some of my really poor dating choices and some other things. I don't know why that popped into my head, but I was sitting there and you know, I'm a believer in everything else, but recognizing back then, I'm like, you know why? Because I saw a girl running a pit bull in Plano and she was running, and I'm like, that looks like a girl I worked at a bar with. Oh, she got that guy I was going for. And why did he go for her over me? Like, that's literally what goes through my head. And then I go, oh, because I wasn't supposed to be with that guy. Because if I was with that guy, then so many other things would happen. It was like this full circle moment in like 30 seconds on the way here. But that was one of those things where recognizing that it didn't happen to you, it happened for you.
Yeah, and or it just happened. Yeah. You know, because like in recovery, the whole thing is like, oh, I walked out and the bird shit on me. It's like, no, the bird was just shitting. You walked under it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think those are the things where you see the woe is me complex with so many people. And why is this happening to me? When in all reality, you've got 3 professional entrepreneurs here. You know, at least we play one on fake television.
On fake television,
right?
yes.
Yeah, but you've got 3. And we're all talking about our different challenging weeks and how they're taxing us or maxing us out or doing things, but also with a heart of gratefulness and gratitude.
100%.
Absolutely. You know, and so it goes both ways. You just have to lean into the good stuff more than the bad, and you win.
Yes. The absolute, suit up and show up again.
Yep.
But there is that thing of most people will quit.
Yes.
You know?
Well,
Gosh, yes.
recognizing that the challenging valleys are a season that are most likely taking you somewhere.
Yes.
And if you can stay in the valley long enough, there's a plan and there's a purpose,
Sure.
and you'll get there.
Well, and even last week I confessed to it. Like, I love having Wayne on here because it's like it's just like a Catholic confessional,
Oh,
but
yeah.
just in the daylight where I'm like, okay, well, because the CPA has been just whipping my ass
Right.
for like the last several months.
I should actually respond to mine, but go ahead.
Yes, that 4 out of 5 dentists recommend that you actually do
Respond
to your CPA.
Okay,
but
got it.
One more
it's
thing
like,
she's not going to do.
I have to do it. It's fine.
yeah, well, we can add it to my list of shit that I'm never going to do.
Cool.
But no, I actually got to a place now where I do it.
Yeah, good job.
And now, but it also comes with, I have this stupid rebellious thing where I'm just going to, there's nothing to gain, there's nothing to, whatever. But it's like, no, I'm not paying the sales tax. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. It's not due till the 22nd. I'm not doing that.
Right.
And then, the CPA assistant or whatever, she was had her power out and just a bunch of chaos going on. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to pay it this week. And then the following week, last week, before the phone call, I paid it. So I could be like, so
I did it.
Yeah, so I did it. I did the thing. And then, of course, in the moment, it was like, you dumbass, why didn't you do that like 3 weeks ago when she said something? Versus, just, I don't want, I'm not, that's my, and it's like, technically, no, it's not your money. Technically, the
Right.
state of Texas thinks it's their money. And fair enough.
And they will prove to you that
So
it is.
I say all that to say that, like, this week was the best call that I ever had with the CPA. And it was like,
Because you did what you were supposed to do?
Yeah, and it was almost like I was in I was first grade, or 6th or however.
Getting the pat on the back.
Yeah, you're like, oh my, you did your homework early,
You got a star.
Yes, or whatever the equivalent is that.
Yes,
the
I love
the
that.
equivalent is. But there again, it's like sometimes the thing is laid out on what to do,
Yeah.
and I just don't do it.
I think that's the entrepreneurial spirit, though.
Yeah, you think?
Oh,
the
absolutely.
rebellious thing?
Yes. No, absolutely. I mean, does it kick us in the pants every now and then? For sure. But I also think it's how we get ahead, and it's how we explore new roads, and it's what gives us the excitement to jump in and do something.
Sure.
Well, yeah, I'll tell.
Or it's our sociopathic.
Yeah, I was
It
gonna
could
say,
be that, too.
or
Yes.
I will tell myself like, oh no, this is just me learning to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
And then it's like, when in reality, like, well, no, if you just took care of it, you wouldn't be uncomfortable.
I think we should do a count after this to see how many graphic T-shirts or bumper stickers we recited today.
It
Right,
is
this is
impressive.
me being uncomfortable or comfortable with getting uncomfortable.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, but you know what? I would reckon to say that you being a part of Metrotex, you being a part of Real Producers over there has created for you, who's such a driver and such a mini popper in the fireworks stand, right? Yeah, yeah. But those communities are still something that fuel you and have given
Yes.
you so
Absolutely.
much more and so many more relationships and business and personal and all of those things. And I know for me specifically too, originally several years ago when I was trying to figure out what even my identity was outside of my husband and my kid and being a realtor and stuff, I ended up joining Junior League. It was the same time I was in Texas, the leadership program. Junior League is it's for women.
And just the reason that I ask, so
I don't understand it either.
A million years ago, actually, here I'll tell the truth. Every time I would, I have the potential to go get a real job and everything. And then back in the day, when I would relapse, you go to work at Half Price Books because they don't drug test. And
got it.
It's full throttle.
Okay,
but that's where I learned that there are women out there that absolutely lose their shit over the antique Junior League cookbooks.
Oh yeah, no, they used to. The cookbooks were the big thing.
And so for the longest, I would, I'm one of the lead buyers or whatever. I'm buying these and looking at this, I'm like, why isn't it? It's kind of folk art, kind of whatever. But man, that was a thing.
Lean into the female codependency. That's what that is.
Okay.
So that was one of their biggest fundraisers back in the day. So I was a member of Junior League of Collin County, which I still have made friends for a lifetime going through that. And it was such an amazing experience. And I was there for a few years and in different various leadership roles, doing different things. And, honestly, it was great because I was going through a time where I was trying to kind of just find my voice again. And so it was a really good time to be around other women that were in the same pattern of life. Like the ones that were joining, were joining because maybe they just relocated to town. Maybe they're now an empty nester and their kids just went to college. Maybe they retired and they're trying to figure out the next iteration of life. But we were all kind of in this changing of a life cycle. And so I think that's where it really works. And then the goal of Junior League is to go out and to serve the community and not-for-profit standpoint and really be the service arm to so many of the amazing communities and the needs of Collin County. It used to be Plano and then it spread out. But, from that side was great. And then at the same time, I was kind of deciding I was going into this Metrotex leadership journey. And ultimately, I had outgrown what it was doing for me. It doesn't mean that I still don't support all the initiatives, but it was no longer, I'll be really honest, I didn't want to be around that many women going through life cycle changes.
Right.
But that was one of those things where I'm so grateful for the experience outgrew or the season changed. And for me, then it was Metrotex. And now I'm kind of, and Metrotex isn't going anywhere, but because I'm kind of more at the tail end of just that specific journey, I am looking for my next community, which I was thinking about this morning as I was getting ready with my hair and thinking what
with
I'm
your
going
white lion
for.
hair.
Yeah, with my white lion hair. I was sitting there and saying, hey, this is kind of like another micro community that we've created here with the podcast and then it going to something else. And Michelle and I are looking at doing something fun together outside of this. So it's just
soon, Rick, soon.
But yes, I know every time. But there was a need, and I feel like God continues to put me in a path that I didn't know I needed to help walk through this next season. And I think that's the power of community.
Yes, and to your point, don't be afraid to change community.
Yes.
Seasons change, life cycles change. It's okay to be a part of a community and then recognize that your time there is done and move on and do that with grace and kindness.
Yes. The idea of don't burn bridges.
Yeah,
because
for
the
sure.
truth is I can trace how we are sitting here right now
100%.
all the way back to Metrotex 10 years ago.
Yeah.
11 years. So because literally I can connect the dots. I'm at Metrotex. I'm affiliate chairman or vice chair or whatever. Kathy Faulkner has me go do the train the trainer thing for RPR. RPR, then NAR sends me out everywhere. One of the places that I went to was Daniel Eng's Sperry commercial and ERA iRealty back then.
Yeah.
At the day I taught in his office 10 years ago.
Crazy.
Fast forward till now, well, he's my business partner and landlord here, but that would have never happened if I hadn't have done all of the things back then. But I ducked out of Metrotex for a while when it got a little different.
Yeah, sure.
It was just your time.
And then now it's full circle back.
Yeah.
But as a part of that too I was part of the greater community, if you will, which got me to Real Producers, which is where I met you guys as far as the genesis of this.
Yeah.
And all of that was suiting up, showing up, and just being a part of, and never hanging an expectation on okay, if I go to this and I don't get X, I'm not ever going back, or it's
Yeah.
not worth
Right.
it.
It's not about that. It's about building relationships and having people to collaborate and spend some time with
Agreed.
and share.
Yes.
So,
No,
which is
completely
kind of
agree.
how now here we are, Metrotechs and real producers.
Yeah, and then y'all are doing your,
Studio USA.
your secret club over
Our
there. of
secret
stuff.
club.
We got it.
Secret stuff.
Yeah. We'll see what it's going to be good. It's not a club. I
Okay.
don't know. I have the stamina for a club. Yeah.
No, there's no club.
There's no club.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
It's a thing.
Lance and I joke about, so, the Studio USA West or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes, we're just still building the clubhouse. And it's just like, which is true.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You
there's-
never stop building the clubhouse.
No.
You know what? You know what it is? And I think this dovetails into, just showing how, don't ever take anybody too seriously, but we're all just a bunch of kids. Like
Oh
you
my God,
revert,
yes.
you revert back to those childhood desires. I wanted a clubhouse.
Yes.
I wanted to be a part of Babysitters Club. I mean, that was a great one. I love that.
Yeah.
No, I would never want to do it because I don't like to babysit. But it was just the thought of doing all of that, and going through those things. And you really just get to the older version of yourself and wanting that same sense of community and belonging
But
and
you're
appreciation.
afraid to ask for it.
Yeah,
It seems
100%.
like a child.
Because
Yes.
everybody's so cool,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
When I had somebody ask me, like, they were in their, I don't know, probably early to mid 20s or whatever, and they're like, well, how do you do the networking thing or whatever? I'm like, you really want to know? It's like, boy, you talk
show
about
up.
get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you just show up and you just take a beating,
Yes.
But
is so
but
true.
the biggest thing is realizing that some people are just better at hiding the beating.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
And but they're all the same. And I spoke to a group of 25 agents that are high producing agents in Collin County yesterday, and all about the changes and what that looks like and everything else. And they represent a good faction of the production. And they let go and we're vulnerable in that room. And you turn around and you realize it's all of us. Like
Oh,
we all
every
feel
one
this
of us.
way.
Yes.
Everybody has a different shield. Mine's self-deprecating humor, and mine looks different, but I'm insecure. I've got my own insecurities inside. I just try to do what I can to make sure that I don't foster or don't live in that.
Right.
But we
Right.
all feel like we're walking into the high school cafeteria for the
Oh,
same
every
time
time.
and
Every
trying
time.
to find your table.
That
Oh,
was
WCR. I was just like, I always try to time things.
So
and it was
you-
my
you meet
first.
first.
It was my first real event with them. So
Yeah.
yeah, walking into that room and I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And when I saw you, it was like,
It's like, have you seen those TikToks where it's
Yes.
like, once my spouse sees me at the airport and they're like
Yes.
looking around everywhere and it's like, yeah, there's somebody I know. Yeah, no, totally.
Yes.
And I think that's just when people actually realize that that's how we all feel,
Yes.
and especially when we're in those rooms all the time and we
Yes.
still are looking for our whoopee just to make
Yes.
us come down a couple of
even
notches.
if I'm the guest speaker, please let there be somebody that I know
Thank
that
you.
I can pay attention to and really fixate on.
So what does that mean? Concluding all of this and everything else, that we're all a bunch of little children.
Yes.
And
Right?
we all need community.
And we all need community to be successful in this life.
Yes. So if you're not a part of Metrotechs, you're not a part of RP, Real Producers, or WCR, you need to find your community.
Yeah.
And we'd all be happy to have you.
Yeah. What do you think, Greg?
suit up and show up.
Suit up and show
like
up,
it.
man.
Get in
like
where
it.
you fit in.
2 bumper stickers.
Good job. Good job.
BOGO. Buy one, get one.
Absolutely. That's okay.
And we are out.
Thanks, guys.
That was awesome.